Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Surprise. It's not often that you get a video from me on a Sunday, but I'm going to go for it and we'll see what happens. If you hear background noise, I apologize. The kids next door are all in the pool. It's that time of year again, and I have to admit I'm getting excited. Pool's a little bit cool for us yet, but it's coming, so they're over there just having so much fun. I love to see that. It's just really, it's just exciting. So this is my Angel Dream Crafts Kim reveal of the second design team project. This was the first. The second is going to be, I finished the journal that's inside and I wanted to get this into my shop. And so I wanted to share it with you. Absolutely adore this. I need to make more of these bags because they're just beautiful, soft, romantic, and just a great way to use up yardage and a great way to use up snippets and little pieces of lace. If you didn't see the reveal or the share on this bag, it is, I believe, in a video last week, I think. Gorgeous trims. The bag is made out of this, I think this was my grandmother's, one of her tablecloths, I believe, and I've gotten into it. I want to use it up. I have it sitting out all the time, and when I need pieces of trim or whatever, I just pull from this. I love the way that it unravels and just leaves that finish. I adore that, and so I'm having a lot of fun with it. Very unconventional way of putting this bag together. The seams are all on the outside, the raw seams. That is what this is right here, and the bottom, the way that I put it together. I'm not going to take you through the bag because I did that already, but you can see here is, normally this would all be hidden inside, but I kind of like the idea of just sewing like you've never sewn before and putting it together that way. The top, I just folded it down. I stitched it by hand. You can kind of see some of the stitching right there, which I like. You hear that referred to as slow stitching. It's just, needle and thread and then in and out is what that is. But I wanted to put the little get the journal finished because I did want to get this into my shop so that we can move on to another project. We did some of this journal, so this is actually the second project right here for Angel Dream Crafts Kim, and Kim is on Etsy. I will have all the links to the other designers to Kim's shop down below, and it just was fun. I took a lot of trims from last month that I had left over and some from this month, and just embellished this. Beadwork, of course, and then there is a couple charms at the bottom. We've got some pearls and seed beads and then some different kind of beads on there. So, I love to do that. A lot of the papers in here, I believe the cover is Artie Mae's. A lot of the papers in here are Medieval Mirage. This envelope here is Medieval Mirage, and I used one of the copper, or it might be brass. I think it's brass. Heart paper clips. I get those on Amazon. So if you open this up, I did go ahead and put a liner on the inside to make it just a little bit sturdier because I used copy paper. That is what this is here, copy paper. This is not tea dyed or coffee dyed. It is just taken out of one of Jarf's kits. And it's good for, this is not coffee dyed either. It's good for journaling or adding anything to it that, like a photo or something like that that you don't want you're worried about your acid from the coffee. So there is a little bit of Artie Maze in here. There is a lot of Jarf in here from Medieval Mirage. So that is the back. The front, you've got seam binding ribbon that wraps around, I believe it's about 3 times. So that can all be cut down and used for anything else that you might want to use. The seam binding ribbon's mine. I did not get that from Kim's shop. We did a lot of this together, and I did a lot of it offline. So there is your front. You open this up, Medieval Mirage. This is Medieval Mirage right here. So you've got a cute pocket. Gorgeous blue. This is Medieval Mirage. Your Tim Holtz paper clips in here have beads on the end. You see me do that often. It looks like that. And then here I had folded this up so you've got a pocket. Here is your first tag right there. And then this one I had gotten, I believe it was a grabby box. And so I used some of the, are they acrylics? Acetates. I think these are acetates. I used these throughout the box. I just thought, isn't that pretty? So you've got a frame here and then pink roses. This is, I believe, Prima paper here, and then you've got some eyelash trim. So that just sits down there like that, and if you wanted to, you could glue this, but I left it and then just keep it closed using a paper clip. Icing and frosting, vintage cookbook page. This is some of the Dreams Etc. Prima washi tape that I used there. There is another little paper clip with a seed bead, and then we have another tag. This is where I used some of the dangle trim from Kim's shop, and then also cut out one of the blue hearts. Isn't that just beautiful? So you've got a tag there. I want to try to keep it together if I can. So that just lays there like that. It's amazing what you can do with just a little piece of beautiful trim. Kim's lace is here and here as well. Isn't that just gorgeous? Just layered like that. It's just a piece of pretty paper here and backed with some of Jarf's scrap. And then look at how beautiful that is. Then we've got a piece here. I went ahead and did a die cut there, and I used the Nouveau Glaze, and then I put a label here. A loving eye is all the charm needed. And I love this because that's from Charlotte Bronte. And just the fact it said Charlotte, I'm like, yay, let's just put that in there. Pretty sure this is Artie Maze right here, and I left this. It is coffee tea dyed. I left it because, you know, you need journaling space. Here is a dictionary page with some of the papers that are some of the paints. These paints came from my mother's stash. I love how they bleed through and kind of give you that shadow effect. So, yeah, I just kind of warms my heart. Also, this steno pad, I love how this looks. This also was from my mother's desk. We've got vintage lined paper here that I didn't touch. I didn't want to cover any of that up. This is that paper. I wish I knew where I got this, because when it's over, it's over. It just has that feel and that sound to it. So I created a pocket out of here, and inside of here is probably a bookmark, I would call this. It's long and narrow, so yes, Prima paper on there. Vintage page here. This also is from Andrea. Right here. Seam binding ribbon. I used another one of the acetate carnation pieces there. This side we've got lace from Kim's shop. We have vintage music page here. These are Andrea's as well. These little tickets. So I folded that up, made a pocket. Just thought that was cute, cute. Another piece of steno pad, and you can see the pink lines there from that. And this is on there with a colored paper clip. Another Medieval Mirage. You could use this either way. This tag. Coffee tea-dyed paper. This is vintage. This is USSR, which I think is so cool. This is Europe. This is a vintage encyclopedia page right there. Then we have another Tim Holtz paper clip with a pink bead. Here is a tag that also is reversible. This is also Medieval Mirage. If you watch my channel, you know when I use Medieval Mirage, I never stick with just one kit. I love to mix it up because everything goes together so well, and it's so versatile that it's just a dream to use. Or this one, I think this went here. I think it did. Did it go here? I think so. Well, if it didn't, that's where I'm putting it, right there. Then there is another Tim Holtz paper clip. I used a hummingbird acetate piece there over the Medieval Mirage. This is that blue trim that I used over the top. The blue hearts. So, so pretty. There is a music page there. Isn't that the coolest ever? That is Jarf. This also is Jarf, although I apologize, I can't tell you the kits because I just went through my whole collection and pulled out what I thought would be really pretty in here. This is coffee dyed steno paper right here. And then here we've got the last piece that I had of this lace. This is the same lace from Kim's shop that was right here. Isn't that just gorgeous? Really, really, really pretty. So that's that page there. Here is some more Prima washi tape. This, I believe, is a German book page. And I carried more Prima washi tape over on this side. Loved how this marble effect went so well with this page of Medieval Mirage. This is a pocket, and in this pocket, this is Andrea's. Just, it went so well here that I wanted to include it. It makes a really, really cute journal page. And then on this side, I put together just a collection of different different papers. There's some vintage music paper. This is this has a texture on one side. This is some Prima paper. Here is a piece of lace. This is an extra piece of lace. Neither one of these are Kim's. These were in my stash and I wanted to use them. I just thought they looked really pretty. Here's some Prima paper. Here's a piece of coffee dyed paper, and there's a couple pieces of cardstock behind there that you can just leave like this. You could use a punch and punch some things out if you wanted. You could write on these. You could make a ruffle out of these, just whatever you wanted. I like the effect and the motion that you get with that. This is, I believe, rice paper. It does have texture in it, so I did nothing to that. This is that note paper that I have that I love the lines, wanted to leave that. You've got another Tim Holtz paper clip. This is Medieval Mirage. This is a tag, and this is Kim's lace up here. The last little bit, I believe, of what I had right there, and I thought, yep, that's where that needs to go because it's beautiful. Dictionary page. This is a receipt page. This is a stamp of Medieval Mirage. Then you could see here's an Artie Mays ticket. I went ahead and I punched that. This is Medieval Mirage. This is an Artie Mays ticket. And this is one little piece of that trim. Let me see if I've got that trim. No, I don't have that trim right out in front of me. One little piece, and look at how beautiful that is. Doesn't that just, it's stunning. It's amazing what you can do with a yard of trim like this and just take it apart. So I used some washi tape there on this vintage book page. Here is that trim. This here is this same trim here. Used two ways. Look at how beautiful. Here is another acetate piece. Isn't that pretty? Gladiolas. There is another Tim Holtz with the bead paper clip. So you open this up. You've got washi tape here. Here is another Medieval Mirage tag. And so is this one here. Both sides. So they just lay right in there like that. Just pretty, pretty, pretty. Artie Mays. Beautiful. You just open that up and beautiful. Yep, it is. Beautiful, beautiful. This is also Jarf's. Here is another paper clip from Tim Holtz. Here is another piece of trim from Kim's shop. And then in here we've got two tags. And this is an acetate butterfly that I put there. Prima paper. I thought it fits so well in here, so why not? And then I went ahead and, you know, the one thing about Medieval Mirage, you just gotta love the background. You just have to love the camel, the desert. I mean, it's just beautiful. So what I did is I put a piece of the vintage encyclopedia paper here, 1956, 1957. Then I used some baker's twine. I took a little piece of vintage lace and I took one of the little hearts and sewed it on here. And I believe I got this heart from Tammy. I believe, yes, I'm pretty sure Tammy sent me these hearts. And then I sewed it on with some upholstery thread and left the strings just because I like it. If you don't like it, you could cut them off, but I like that motion. Vintage page. Here is that trim from Kim's shop. And I can see this is a little bit of Prima trim, and I can see where it's like washi, and I can see where it just kind of wants to poke its head up. So let's take care of this right now with just the tiniest little bit of glue right there. And is it, yep, it's doing it here too. So I'll just put a little bit of glue on here, and then we should be good. That's all it needed. So you can see that beautiful blue heart trim. How gorgeous that is. And then yes, I did a little bit of washi right there. And then if you flip this over, I added a sticker there, and I added a tag here. This is the front with the birds, and then the back is that. So that's great to write on, or to add a clipping or whatever you might want. And then you've got another paper clip from Tim Holtz with a little seed bead. And this is a pocket. I turned this into a pocket, and I added just a little Artie Mays page. Pretty, pretty. The pink went, and I just thought, why not? Just why not? So that is in there. The other page, you've got some nice lined paper that you can write on if you want. The back side of a dictionary page. Another acetate butterfly, and look what I did with this. This is the other side of this. So this would have been like this. And I cut this down, and I took a strip of that yardage, and all I did was glue that on there. And isn't this absolutely beautiful? Just beautiful. And look at the trim. It goes, it's perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Just perfect. So if you have a piece of trim sitting around you don't know what to do with, look at that. What a gorgeous tag this makes, or a bookmark. And so she just goes right in that pocket. Right in here like that. And here is the other side, and you can see you've got the lined paper. Here is that, I believe, I want to call it rice paper. I don't know if it's rice paper or not. Gorgeous, look at that. I mean, Jarf, come on, that is beautiful. And then we've got a gorgeous trim, and we've got some washi tape here on this book page here. And I went ahead and I got some of this, I'm thinking that this is some kind of chalk paint, because if I run my finger, this was my mom's from my mother's palette. I can get some blue. It's not rubbing off on anything, but it will if you rub on it. And that's why I'm thinking it's got to be, I don't think it's watercolor paint. I think it's like a chalk paint. But this was a piece that I had left over from Jarf's kit. You open it up, and I used one of the acrylics and put it there. This is Kim's trim here, and this is Artie Mays right here. It's an Artie Mays ticket, and one of her portrait pictures right there. And then, of course, the pink on here. Look at that. So when you go like from something so completely different, look at that. This is lined steno paper that I coffee dyed. And then look at this. I have no more of this. I have this one little, I could have cut this flower off, and I could have taken this flower off, and I decided I'm not going to. So The owner of this book, if they wanted to, you could clip this little flower off down here and put it somewhere else if you wanted. But I thought this was so beautiful. I just wanted to leave it. So when you have the book closed, you can see this from the bottom. Beautiful, beautiful trim here. This is scalloped. It is double layered. You can see here you have a chiffon-like fabric, and then you have the netting fabric there. Really, really, really pretty. That is Kim's lace from her shop. This is that paper that I wish I knew where I got this. Love that. Here is the back side of that vintage encyclopedia page. Coffee tea dyed paper with some Prima washi. Another Tim Holtz with a seed bead, a little Medieval Mirage tag, and another book page. Some more washi right there. Just love that paper. Some more of that vintage lined paper. And then I added, this will open up so you've got a place where if you wanted to, this is lined school book paper that I copy dyed or I tea dyed, and you can barely make out the blue lines. Here is a tag. I apologize, I don't know who the designer of this tag is. Another heart-shaped bronze paper clip. Here is a tag with, I used another die cut with the Nouveau Glaze and a piece of Kim's pink trim there. So I used the trim, this pink trim, and then the tag that had that littlest piece. That was the end of that. Then we have the other side of an Artie Mays. We have a book page here and Medieval Mirage. Medieval Mirage with washi tape. And I folded the washi tape over. Isn't that just really pretty? Then you've got, here is the back side of your recipe page. I did not want to cover this up. And then on this page here, there is another Medieval Mirage. I'm pretty sure that this tag was, the camel previously was from this same kit. And this might be Bohemian Beauties. I'm not positive, but I loved the door. And then I had this scrap piece of cardstock, and I don't know if you can tell in the light, but it's got a texture and it matched the door when you flip it. I just thought, oh my goodness, that has to go there. Just has to. And then this is the back side. Ooh, I can see I need, okay, let's get the glue out. I was hoping that this would work. This was one of the die cuts that I got from Grabby. And I was hoping that I wouldn't have to put a whole lot of glue down. But I can see I just put glue on the outside and left this, but I can see where we need little bits and pieces. So I'm sorry about that, guys, but I should do that right now. We're getting ready to go see Allie sing in the choir. Regionals. We're going to go into Tempe by the college. Well, she's actually at ASU, so we're going to be going there. We're going to be leaving in just a couple hours. So let's just get this. Well, I learned that you have to, I'm going to have to make sure that things get glued. So I never asked how everybody is. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know this came as a surprise, so I think that'll be all right. Let's close her up. So she will go around, let's see, 1, 2, 3 times. And there you go. And should fit with no issues right in this beautiful bag. And that is why I did not pull this bag. But see what I mean about the flower? If you wanted to, you could clip that off, but I like it, so I left it. And she goes in there pretty, it's pretty easy. She should go, she will not go all the way down to the, and be completely covered up, and I didn't create it for that. So, she sticks out, but she's a beauty, guys. So, happy Sunday, everyone, and I will see you for Merry Monday, and I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun to create, and now we're on to the next. So take care. Hugs, guys. Bye.